wonder what happens when fame hits fast, but the world flips on you just as quick? Paula Cole knows that story. She lit up the charts with This Fire and the anthem, I Don't Want to Wait, even grabbing a Grammy. But the spotlight faded fast. Label drama, a flop album, and backlash had her stepping back to catch her breath and raise her daughter. Her journey's not just about the fame, it's about the fight to stay true. Want to know what actually went down behind the spotlight? Grab your popcorn, because this is about to get interesting. Paula Cole wasn't just some random small-town girl. She grew up in Rockport, Massachusetts. Her mom, Stephanie, was a mixed-media artist and also taught elementary school art. Her dad, Jim, was a biology professor at Salem State who moonlighted as a bass player in a polka band called Johnny Pritko and the Connecticut High Tones.
I would come home from school and I would play music, and my dad played a whole bunch of instruments.
Paula wasn't flying solo at home either. Her big sister, Irene, was the designated piano queen of the house. At Rockport High School, Paula was that girl. You know, president of her senior class and star of the school musical.
Parents were shocked that I said I wanted to go to therapy. I think I had some kind of golden girl exterior.
Basically, if there was a stage and a spotlight, Paula was in it. Then she got serious and went to Berklee College of Music in Boston, where she studied jazz singing with the legendary Bob Staloff.
She was introduced to me, and I think we immediately had a rapport because she was young and excited and naive.
Picture her crooning jazz standards in smoky little lounges and nightclubs, probably making everyone clutch their martinis a little tighter. She even jammed with Vox One, a student group that actually made it big. Now here's the tea. She got offered a record deal from GRP Records while she was still a student, a major flex. But sis said, nah, I'm good. She had bigger dreams. After graduation, Paula packed her bags and moved to San Francisco, living the broke artist life with 3 roommates, probably splitting ramen noodles 4 ways. She started building her own home studio from scratch and scribbling down songs, one of which turned into her hit, Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? Yes, that song that lived rent-free in your aunt's head in the 90s. Eventually, label boss Terry Ellis heard her demo and was like, sign her immediately. So he scooped her up for Imago Records in 1992, and with a little coaching from veteran manager John Carter, she dropped her first album, Harbinger, which unfortunately was shelved for a year.
I finished my record over a year and a half ago, and it was shelved for a year, which was just agony.
However, the world was about to know her name. So this is the moment when the universe really started paying attention. Paula gets a call to perform on Peter Gabriel's 1993-94 Secret World Tour.
Joining his Secret World Live tour, which was just re-released, a newly mastered version.
The big one. Why? Because Sinead O'Connor flaked and left the tour, and Peter Gabriel needed a replacement. Now, Gabriel didn't just pull names out of a hat. Gabriel's engineer, Kevin Killen, who worked on Paula Cole's debut Harbinger, suggested her, and then Gabriel leaves her a voicemail at her San Francisco apartment. Remember, this is before text messages were a thing. So Paula, without even blinking, hops on a plane immediately and heads to Mannheim, Germany for her one rehearsal with Gabriel. Let's pause here for a second. One rehearsal. She barely had time to adjust to the time zone before she's performing in front of 16,000 people. Talk about a big break. She's officially part of the tour now, and just days after joining, they filmed the concert that would become the Secret World Live video. Paula's not just a backup singer, she's covering all the female vocals. And she duets with Peter Gabriel on some iconic tracks like Don't Give Up and Blood of Eden. Secret World Live didn't just score Cole international fame, it snatched her a 1996 Grammy for Best Long-Form Music Video.
And we shot the video, which is a beautiful video, and won a Grammy.
Talk about a glow-up. She was the star vocalist on the album, and that tour was her ticket to major exposure. People were obsessed with her performance. Critics were all over it, praising her like she was the heart and soul of the show. In late 1996, Cole dropped her second album, This Fire and Trust. It was a whole vibe. She not only dropped it, but she also self-produced the entire thing Boss Moves, right?
And I had to go to Warner Brothers and say, hear this music we just made? Well, I need to throw it away, and I'd like to start again, and I'd like to produce it myself.
The album's debut single, Where Have All the Cowboys Gone, was a total smash, hitting number 8 on the Billboard pop charts. But wait, the hits didn't stop there. Her follow-up, I Don't Want to Wait, went to number 11, and we all remember it being the theme song for Dawson's Creek. Now, about that "Where Have All the Cowboys Gone" track, Cole totally meant it as a commentary on gender stereotypes, but many people didn't catch the satirical feminist message. Instead, some took it way too literally, which, let's be real, kind of misses the point of the whole song. So, in 1999, Cole dropped Amen with her newly formed Paula Cole Band, but it didn't exactly light the charts on fire at first.
It was a disappointing commercial success, but it was a non-success.
The debut single, I Believe in Love, was kinda a flop until producer Jonathan Peters worked his remix magic, turning it into a legit dance anthem. On top of that, Charmed fans got to see her perform Be Somebody live in 2000. Even though the album had some cool guest appearances, shout out to DJ Premier and Tion Watkins, it still flopped.
And then after that, I needed a break.
In 2002, she married Moroccan musician Hassan Hakmoun, a man she caught feelings for while touring with Peter Gabriel back in '94. They had a daughter in 2001 named Sky, who is asthmatic, but by 2007, that chapter closed, they divorced, and Paula's been moving on her own terms ever since. In 2003, Cole made waves with a song called My Hero, Mr. President, a sharp critique of President George W. Bush and America's role in the Iraq War. She released it for free download, taking a bold stance against the conflict. What's even more impressive, she was the first bona fide mainstream musician to publicly speak out against the war. And the drama didn't stop there. She recorded a fourth album with Hugh Padgham, but the label refused to release it. Cole wasn't about to let it fade into obscurity, though. In 2005, she posted Singing Out My Life on her website to get her sound out there. Plus, she had a track, It's My Life, which ended up in those Mercury car commercials. After a little break, Cole came back in June 2007 with Courage, her fourth studio album.
So I came out with Courage, but I couldn't work it too much because I was stuck in divorce court.
This one dropped on Decca Records and was produced by Bobby Colombi at Capitol Studios in Hollywood. And in 2010, Cole released her fifth album, Ithaca. She wrote and co-produced every single track, calling it a reflection of her inner fortitude and the journey she's been on. Then, in 2012, she pulled off something really cool. She funded her sixth album, Raven, through a Kickstarter campaign. It raised over $75,000, and the album dropped in 2013 on her own 675 label.
I think I got more prolific when I finally made my independent album.
She wrote all 11 tracks on the album, including a couple of throwbacks, Imaginary Man and Manitoba, that her mom had saved on cassette tapes. The whole album was mostly recorded in just 1 week at a barn in Massachusetts. Plus, she had some OG collaborators like Ben Whitman and Kevin Barry, who she's worked with since she was 19. So, in 2015, Cole dropped Seven, her seventh studio album, and it was a whole vibe. The whole album was recorded live with just an acoustic quartet, giving it that smooth, soulful 60s feel. It was raw, emotional, and the tracks really spoke for themselves. Then, in 2016, she hit us with This Bright Red Feeling, a live album from her NYC show. She sold it on CD at shows and through her website first, with plans to drop it digitally later. Oh, and it wasn't just live stuff. She threw in re-recordings of some of her biggest hits. The title comes from a lyric in her song Tiger. She dropped a Kickstarter campaign for a covers album, Ballads, and it raised $76,000. It came out in August 2017, and the first single, a cover of Billie Holiday's God Bless the Child. Pure fire. The album even hit number 9 on the Billboard Traditional Jazz Albums chart. Let's talk about her awards. In 1998, she snatched a Grammy for Best New Artist.
This is my dream, getting this award from Aretha Franklin.
That same year, she was all over the nominations list too. We are talking 7 Grammy nominations in one night, with Where Have All the Cowboys Gone getting nods for Record of the Year and Song of the Year. Boston showed her love too, throwing her titles like Act of the Year and Outstanding Female Vocalist. Money-wise, her net worth is floating somewhere between $1 million and $6 million. When it comes to her love life, she kept it interesting too. Paula Cole found love again after her 2007 divorce. She's now married to David, her ride or die of 17 years. Paula's living her truth, loud, proud, and authentic. What is she up to now? Paula Cole is still out here doing her thing. She just dropped a new album, Low, packed with raw emotions and soulful vibes, all recorded live for that real, unfiltered feel. She's been hitting the road too, blessing fans across North America with her timeless voice. Paula even popped up on The Masked Singer as Ship, stepping way out of her comfort zone and loving it. But she's not stopping there. She's working on a musical and writing a book. Decades in, Cole's still evolving, still killing it, and still keeping it all the way real.